2. Welcome back, WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and WNST.net. This guy and I get together every Thursday for a chat right around 4:15 live here on WNST as he hosts the SSV on WNST, as heard on Sunday mornings as well. But we also get together during football season, usually first thing after games, and sort of break things down a little bit. We're not together after Thursday's game to talk about the injury to Tavon, and more than that, the Eagles and what these practices represent going up to Philadelphia. Dennis, this is the first time with the preseason that I've started to take pen to paper and really write about, like, the preseason's broken for the NFL, the way it's delivered to the fans, the way it's delivered on television, the way it prepares football players to get ready, the 18-game schedule thing they're looking for. And, at some point, they really should fix this part of the calendar to make it complete for everyone. Kids can get autographs. Fans can see fake football if they want. Coaches can get players ready. They can run off to Philadelphia and do pads for 2 or 3 days and not embarrass themselves by not playing any of the players on Thursday in Philly while I drive up there for this caca. So, by and large, the preseason for me, that this is the time where we say that they can find a better way to do this, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Nestor. I think the only benefit to preseason is for the bubble players or guys who are trying to make the roster at every position. They're the ones that there's great value to see who rises and who falls and who deserves to be on that 53-man roster. But for established veterans like Marshall Yanda and Brandon Williams and Michael Pierce, I don't see the need for them to get reps. I don't see the need to put these guys at risk. I mean, life is risk management, and if I'm one of these veteran players, I'd think twice about stepping on the field. I know that we all held our collective breath the other night, against the Packers when Lamar Jackson hurdled Jair Alexander on his way to the end zone. He made it look effortless, but one tweak here, something happens there, and all of a sudden we're staring down Trace McSorley, to be our starting quarterback for the opener. He's a fine young man, and he may develop into a quality backup quarterback in the NFL, but that's not what we want to see. My heart jumped. I mean, as nice as that run was and as cool as it was watching Lamar take off for 23 yards, Nestor, I'd rather not see that during the regular season. Let me see that in the opener against the Steelers or the Browns or in a game that matters like the Patriots.
Imagine how Eric DeCosta felt, right? Not just the fact that he takes off, but even what I tweeted, like, even if it counts, it doesn't count, and it doesn't count. And
but the injury would have counted. Had he gotten hurt, that would have counted, right? So to your point about preseason games, that there really no need for them. And I go back to college. College football, they kick off the season, and they kick off with some compelling games. Not everyone is opening up against the Little Sisters of the Poor. So I don't understand why the NFL, and as I said before, I'm on record as saying, I don't care if they keep my season ticket prices the same. I don't need the extra 2 home preseason games that I'm not going to go to anyway. There's no need for that.
Here's Dennis Koulatsos. He is at Coons Florida Security Boulevard, and, of course, always here on Thursday with the SSV on WNST. So let's talk about the roster and where we are this week and things you're looking for. I have found these preseason games to be particularly unattractive after these practices, right? Like, they get together, they leave it on the field with each other in these controlled environments, and then Carson Wentz holds a helmet on Thursday night, and nobody plays. I don't know that that's the crystal ball and the always important third preseason game and all that, but other than the around the edges of this roster, I'm pretty sure John Harbaugh knows what he wants.
Yeah, he sure does. The only big benefit I think that we get out of these practices and it carries over to the game is just the overall physicality of the team. That's what I look for. Just like Jacksonville. Jacksonville's a very physical, very hard-nosed squad, and I know they held 32 players out of their preseason game against the Ravens, but those players did practice against our guys, and I think it does go a long way to toughen up the players and get them ready for the season. Of course, John Harbaugh does have deep roots with the Philadelphia Eagles organization. So, look, I just wish this was the last preseason game and we could just get on with the opener.
For you and for Coons Ford, where you are, I mean, the opener means Labor Day. It means long weekends. It means cookouts. It means you're going to be bringing the seafood over, the whole deal, right? So give me a little lowdown on where you are, because we talk a lot about sports around here, but I don't usually just give you the floor and say, what's going on at Coons Ford Security Boulevard?
Well, we're gearing up. We have 12 days to go in the month, and It dovetails into September the 2nd, which is our Super Bowl for the year. Ford Motor Company, all manufacturers gear up for this event. And
really, this is the biggest thing you do every year, really?
It's real big. It's huge. Big media plan in place, TV, digital, all kind of great stuff happening. Cash back with miles, trade assistance. I mean, this is when they throw the proverbial kitchen sink at everyone. And we really work hard this time of the year because a lot of our competitors, they're on vacation. They kind of take August off, and I don't take off until October. I want to get through August. I want to dominate September with Labor Day, and then I might travel a little bit when the smoke starts to clear. But for right now, we're still clearing out 2019. We've got 2020s coming in. And, we always have deep discounts, but it's really nice when you can marry those discounts with a deep discount that the manufacturers are giving up. And this is a great time. You can save $8, $10, $12, $15,000 in some models that we have in stock. So if anybody needs a vehicle, my recommendation right now is the absolute best time to come out and get one.
Dennis Koulatsos here, Coons Florida Security Boulevard. He will be here on Thursday, 3 until 5, doing the SSV, along with all the luminaries and dignitaries getting you ready for fake. We got 2 more fake football games. I'm trying to, find a reason to get in the car and drive up there Thursday. Literally, I said to Luke, if the game was in Tampa, we wouldn't be going, but I know Luke's committed. He wants to go get a cheesesteak and all that, and he's got all those South Philly roots with the 76ers and all that nonsense. For you with the clearing out of the roster and the edges, I know you've been watching part of that. Any of this interesting to you as far as who picks up the pace? I mean, I think we've seen a lot at the linebacker position, right? And now, obviously, in the secondary, when you take on an injury, it changes the depth chart dramatically.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I like this kid, Otero Alaka. He's every time, he's around the ball. You see him, and now with Chris Ford having a concussion, I don't know the severity of it. He certainly, I would think, has improved his chances of making the team. And the bad news for Tavon Young is good news for a guy like Cyrus Jones, who I thought was very much a bubble player. But since Cyrus does give you value in the return game and also your nickel corner, it also increases the chances of Maurice Kennedy, who can play inside or outside, to make the team. Those are just some of the names that we'll be taking a look at. The left guard position is still very much up in the air, whether it's Patrick McCary or Illuminor, Jermaine Illuminor to take that spot. Curious to see what happens with tight ends. Do they carry 3? Do they stash 1 or 2 on the practice squad? And that's the other thing. The running backs looks like it's going to be Mark Ingram, Gus Edwards, Justice Hill. Does Kenneth Dixon make the team? I think he's very much a bubble player. And, of course, Lance Turner and Tyler Urban, they've also made some splashes. Patrick Ricard, that guy's just mean. I love him on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, isn't he like a hardball guy?
Yeah,
I want this guy that has these, shoulders this wide, that wears an indistinguishable number, that can play on offense or defense or special teams in any number of capacities. And you look under the pile, and he comes up with a ball.
Well, yeah. The nice thing is he can also play tight end. So he may be the 4th tight end on the roster. He does have tremendous positional flexibility. Defensive tackle, tight end, fullback, and now it looks like they're going to give him some carries when it's 3rd or 4th and short. This team is I tell you what, I'm excited about him. And Marquise Hollywood Brown, now he's starting to run. He's picked up another gear, and he's fielding punts, although I don't want to see him returning punts. I kind of cringe because he's a bit undersized, as we all know. But I'd like to see him against the Eagles go deep a couple of times and just get that speed on display. But love the energy of the team, love the enthusiasm, and I'm a huge Lamar Jackson fan. I think he has taken another step. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's faster. The game has slowed down for him a bit, and this team, I think, with good health, can certainly make some noise. One guy I'm keeping an eye on too, Nestor, the defensive tackle Gerald Willis, hasn't really made a lot of noise. He was supposed to be a 3rd or 4th round draft pick. Had some off-field issues, but he also hasn't distinguished himself. But that's the guy I want to look at against the Eagles.
All right, man. We'll buckle up the chin straps. We'll get ready. Maybe everybody but Antonio Brown, right?
You know what? I'm glad you brought him up. You see what Mike Mayock came out and said, either you're in or you're out. I mean, when's the last time we've seen a general manager of an NFL franchise come out and make that strong of a statement? You're either in or you're out. I mean, he's still having issues with the helmet, allegedly. Of course, we know he's got frostbitten feet. I mean, this is a Hard Knocks has been very, very entertaining for me to watch.
I haven't watched the second episode yet, so listen, I tried the first one 5 times, and I've struggled to get to the end of the first one, and everybody says the second one's better. Luke keeps saying, got to watch the second one. Everybody's talking about the second one. So, I hear my wife's in the other room nodding, and we love Hard Knocks, but the first one stunk,
Well, to me, when Gruden said, I want you to meet someone's nightmare, I want you to end some of these dreams, to me, that was worth watching that show just for that nugget, that gem. I mean, love him, love his demeanor, love his attitude, and I try to pick up some leadership things and techniques from him. If you're with me, knock on something, they'll start knocking the table. I pay attention to the little intricacies of the way that John Gruden leads and manages. I mean, the guy's got a 10-year contract, Nestor. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, he's playing with house money all the way. I mean, if he gets fired, they still have to pay the guy.
Yeah, he's just kind of having fun coaching ball, right? Literally,
yeah,
right?
He's kind of look, give me $100 million for 10 years. You know what? I mean, I love my job, but I might have to look at that offer.
I was going to say, you've been watching Hard Knocks. I know what you got from Rex Ryan. You said to your crew, let's go have a snack. I mean, I see the way you're feeding them on Saturdays over there. So despite the fact that you're shrinking, you know what I mean? Your staff, you feed them over there. You do. I see it.
Well, we feed customers too, and our customers, most of them are not on a diet, and so they come in and they partake, and it's always fun. And we do have healthy options on the menu too. It's just not all fattening food. We do have salads and greens and all kind of good stuff.
Well, that's because you're worried because you need to eat it too.
Exactly. Yeah, I got to have a bite to eat too, so I'm not too. But it's always a lot of fun around here, and anything that can help us grow our business and take care of our customers, I pay attention to, including Hard Knocks.
Appreciate you. We will see you on Thursday and again on Sunday and be visiting on Mondays after the game, as always. That is Koulatsos, Coons Ford of Security Boulevard, joining us here. He is SSV on WNST. And, of course, sponsoring our WNST tech service for all breaking news. The cuts are coming. The Orioles, yeah. We're talking about them. I'm talking about them. I'm not going to let it go. I'll be writing about it at WNST.net. We have the morning newspaper now brought to you by Planet Fitness and PlanetFitness.com, where you got to get the black card. You got to get VIP. You can use it anywhere in the country. I got some road trips coming up to Seattle and L.A. where I'll need a gym. Planet Fitness, right around the corner from you, sponsoring our morning newspaper. New and improved as of Labor Day. We are improving around here. You will see. Nasty at WNST.net finds me. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Instagram. Streaming live on our Facebook and our YouTube WNSTV channel. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST, Towson, Baltimore. And we never stop talking Baltimore sports.